Honestly, I'm going to be happy for either team. I think both teams have grinded this out today. They've been working so hard in the lead up to this tournament as well. And this is the payoff. We are underway with Game 3 of the finals, decisive Game 3. Splinter Squadron in the Empire ships, starting things out with 2 of those interceptors. No defenders on the field yet, but for Devastator Squadron, it's a triple, a triple interceptor, 1 bomber combo, 2 bomber combo, I should say. Raven Eye again gonna start in that bomber. So hey, it looks like they're taking some cues from last game, Lave. We'll see if it pays off this time.
We'll see which bomber can do the work. I do like Devastator continuing to bring their double bombers right off the bat. They'll probably have Raven swap back to support once he's either eliminated or they no longer need it, but it's not working out for them nearly as well this time around, as they find themselves on their back heels very quickly and immediately losing the opening fight and having to play some defense and have to play this first phase very clean.
It was both of the bombers that go down. Both of the big boys unable to get anything done. Fenkar looks to be swapping out here, gonna switch over to that fighter. So double fighter, double interceptor, of course not gonna stick on that support ship, as this first attack looks like it should be a pretty decent setup from what they've got going on so far, but you know, time will certainly tell. Devastator doing a great job of finding some AI frags to get themselves in the positive morale, at least for a moment.
Absolutely. You can see here those 2 frigates stacked on top of each other, a different formation than we've seen before, and I think it gives them, if I'm not mistaken, the ability to support each other quite a bit more, making it a little bit more dense to push into these ships. But they're going to be trying to get this work done at this point. Shields down on the first frigate, the other one down to 1/3. As the Raider makes its way onto it, does it concentrate on the A target? It's actually funny because the tactical map is a little bit more difficult to follow on this map because the ships are literally on top of each other. So hard to tell which one the Raider's actually working on, but A's health bar is dropping steadily while B's shields just kind of hold at the same spot. So it looks like A is the primary target. That is frigate D from the other side.
They should just morph the frigates, just have them combine.
And there's just one
like Power Rangers, you know?
Play double capital ship mode.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. Those lasers from both frigates are not something to mess with.
Oh man, a bit of a wipe here on the Rebel side. And with all of the Empire pilots up, there's going to be some pretty harsh damage coming through.
Still haven't taken down a frigate though. I'm quite surprised with 3 of the players down, as you mentioned. Jester's still on the respawn. I mean, this D frigate is pretty low. I think they are going to take it down. Well, as I say that, I mean, the morale switches quite quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're struggling to close it out here. I think it's just getting a little bit too harassed, or maybe not focusing up as much, which has been the greatest strength of Splinter Squadron, is their focus. And they will actually successfully get thwarted off without getting the A frigate down. So a not fruitless, but a scoreless streak. Oh, those look like actually maybe just at the very end of phase, a long-range torpedo will connect, and they will get at least 1 frigate for phase 1.
Yeah, they do eventually take down that frigate. We saw Nop on the screen there not too long ago, and that's the kind of pressure that we expect to see these support players under. Had to get away, but on board now with Dazu as he's trying to keep his team quite high on the morale side. Has Nop in his sights here again, but I don't think he wants to stick around. I'm sure there will be some interceptors coming to help. And with these cruisers being so close together, as we mentioned a little bit earlier too, you know, it's easier to play defense because it's kind of you're defending 1 point instead of 2, right? But at the same time, it's a little bit easier to play offense because you know, you have so much more to shoot at, right? Like if you get deflected off of one ship, you can potentially turn and start firing on the other one, and it can do a lot to, or it can go a long way. But again, it's not something to mess with. If you get stuck in against both of those cruisers or frigates, the lasers and especially the rockets and stuff do a lot more damage than I think players are aware of sometimes.
The rockets in particular, torpedo play I think is very underrated. We concentrate a lot on lasers, but there was so much effort put into developing the torpedo meta at the very beginning of this game, and the fundamentals of it still ring pretty true. Rules of play is a little bit easier to defend because people understand how to shoot the torpedoes out of the air, but still the fundamentals are there, and they'll take down the Corvette, but here comes the rest of the pressure from the A-Wings. A-Wings going to be mostly relying on their lasers to do objective damage, because the rest of their loadout is anti-aircraft. But there will be both of the light cruisers will stand as we flip sides back. The first phase for Devastator's not going to yield an objective win. And now we will see a pressure come through, though a solid spawn brings the entire squadron of Devastators in at the same time. Can they push off the Empire here as the Raider slowly crawls its way towards Frigate B?
This is a big defense from Devastator. They cannot afford to drop this
it's dropping
frigate
so fast. Oh my goodness, it's gone.
It does go down, but you know, even though it does fall, well, yeah, I mean the morale is so in favor of Splinter right now that there's a good look at that defender of Fenkar, Brunus in one as well. And this is where that pressure really starts to mount. If they take down these shield generators, especially considering there have been no cruiser kills on the other side, I mean, we might as well just hand the championship over to Splinter Squadron right now.
It's scary, and they're pretty grouped up here, so they're going for that right shield generator. You pushing in from the side. No, they're going to swap to the other side of the ship. Try to put the pressure on. The right shield generator does take a significant amount of damage as they looped over the top of it, and now coming back down on the other side. Gonna clear out a few ships first. Interceptor's going to keep working on the anti-aircraft, not crash into the shields just yet, but right shield generator does go down. Left shield generator's next on the menu as they wrap around the side, get in close, and then start to pop it down. It's down to 74 HP. They have to bail quickly, but man, the efficiency of this team, taking out one frigate, then another, then a shield generator while their entire front line still stands, and they can resupply at those stations as well. Not enough to fall all the way back. Having that frontline frigates line up so strong as they take down the left shield generator, and this game has been blown wide open. If you're Devastators, you have to take out 2 frigates and 2 shield, and basically you have to even win the game in one phase.
You have to win the game.
You have to win the game in one phase. Here you go.
Yep.
Phase of your lifetime. I want to see it.
Yeah, if they want to be the Operation Ace Open champions here, it's going to have to be 2 cruisers and a Star Destroyer added to the kill totals in this specific offensive. And we'll see what they can do. I mean, it can be tough because Splinter Squadron can kind of go back and regroup with one another, farm up some AI to get those morale points, and you know that Devastator Squadron's not going to want to take their foot off the gas if they're on the attack. So, I mean, those AI kills are really going to help out Splinter. You can already see nobody's fallen here yet for Devastator, but we're pretty much back to even. It's even going in favor of Splinter. They've almost already flipped this around, and if they do that, this is game over. Somebody has to come up big here for Devastator.
They have to stay strong. It sucks to be in a just don't miss forehead situation, but that's kind of what they find themselves in. They are keeping the morale decently on their side as they got through the weaker of the 2 frigates. If they get through this second one, they genuinely have a chance, but getting through both shield generators as well, such a tough task. Their backs against the wall. They've made the first step on the long climb, though, and they're making effort on the second step. The key thing here, they're keeping that morale glued to the Empire side, not allowing them to crawl back into this, constantly getting fragged. Brunus and Not both down. Scalp also down. Fenkar and Jurian, the only players left, and they're attacking Fenkar right now, constantly keeping the pressure on as they get through the second one. Now on to the Star Destroyer. They've got to get onto those shield generators. They've got to go the length of the ship because it is the Empire. They have to cross the entire field of turrets to get to those generators, but they're doing it, and they're still keeping the morale on their side.
And this is an all-out attack. Raven Eye switches over to that fighter. They are trying to end the game right here. It's exactly what we thought they needed to do. Can they do it? That's the big question. 2 players go down, though, and now the morale is really starting to level off here. Jester does find a frag of his own, I believe, on Brunus. So now going to start to focus fire down these shield generators. There goes the left.
One. They got him both.
There goes the other.
And morale's still in the middle. They're doing it. Onto the power system. Can they get underneath? Gotta get all ships under. Go down below, but oh no, they're starting to swing back the other way. 2 frags onto them. 3 now, and all down. Fall back, prepare to defend. They came so close. They've given themselves the room, but this has to be the defense of their life.
Oh, he killed the power. He killed the power system. Did Swift
out of phase? Maybe, I don't know. It's so healthy though. They didn't actually get any extra damage on it. That's gonna be such a difficult battle. Base race genuinely might be the only way though. They have the power system advantage here.
Yeah, they need to farm these AI. They need to do exactly what they're doing right now. Kill the AIs as soon as this attack comes in. It's all hands on deck, knocking out these defenders first, I'd imagine, and then the interceptors. But Scalp and Jareen are gonna be so hard to take down. This morale not moving at all. Rando gonna get shut down as well.
They were on the power system for free. Now weak points all over the MC-75. The health bar will drop rapidly, already below half health. As they continue to pour it on, they made them sweat. They brought it so close, but 3 players down for the Rebels, and it'll be Splinter Squadron all over the MC-75, continuing with the Defender reign of terror, and they've kept the morale on their side as well. Can they find these last weak points as the health bar continues to drop? You see that one weak spot on this side of the ship. Can anybody find it? It doesn't matter. It's all over. They dropped 1 game on the road. Splinter Squadron, your Operation Ace champions.
Well played, well deserved from the Splinter Squadron, but huge shout out to that last minute comeback attempt from Devastator Squadron. You cannot take anything away from them. They played like it was everything on the line, and they just fell a bit short. Again, it's Fenkar and Brunus who lead the way in that cap.